tall and weighing a little over 180 pounds. He hails from the big city of Bengaluru, Karnataka. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you the bad boy of boxing, Amit. Out of the long list of 7 nieces I have, one of them wanted me to be India's answer to the legendary Mike Tyson. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good evening.
Good evening.
No, I do not belong to a family of professional boxers, but just that, on the day of my birth, on May 24th in the late 1980s, one look at me had my niece comment that I was fit enough to be a boxer. I weighed generously more than an average baby would and looked so round, even a football could be put to shame. Yes, indeed. I was brought onto this world very healthily by my father, who is a civil engineer by profession, and my mother, a home manager. They tell me as a baby I never cried much, but only a few times whenever there was a delay in feeding me. And how much of a delay? The time taken by my mom's hand to travel from the food bowl onto my mouth. Probably this explains my immense love for food and cooking as one of my hobbies. As a child, I've been very hyperactive and restless, and loved playing so much so that it explains one of the identification marks on my body. One fine evening, I, along with my mom and friends and their moms, had been to the nearby temple. And as was our practice, we naughty little kids started playing inside the temple premises. One of my friends was chasing me, and I was running so fast, and just to avoid getting caught, I went and collided myself into one of the temple pillars, just like 2 meteorites collided. Blood sprang out of my forehead like a fountain, and I was rushed to the nearby hospital and received 3 stitches on my forehead, right here. Between all this, my one and only younger brother had come to join me in this world 3 years after my birth. Initially, we had a fair share of sibling fights, but as we grew along, it transformed into mutual love and respect for each other. These days, it's mostly about missing him though, because currently he's doing his MBBS in JSS Medical College, Mysore. In my primary and secondary schooling, I'd taken much of an interest to mathematics. It was ensured so by my dad. Most of my schooling has been done at Pundaprana Education Center, Indiranagar, where I also took a keen interest to sports. And I played almost all of them, right from table tennis to lawn tennis to football to basketball and also athletics, with the only exception being hockey. I was the much cliched jack of all, master of none. But on any given day, I could raise the bar and challenge the best in the business. But raising the bar one such day cost me very dearly. I and my friend Vinay, much to his persistence, decided to practice high jump, even though we had been told not to do so by our coach, only because the sand bed on which we were supposed to land had not been prepared soft enough for the day. In spite of that, we ignored his words, and just to impress the members of the opposite sex, we started practicing. We started with the standard height of 5 feet 2 inches, and increased it to 5'3", then at 5'4", and at 5'5", the task looked a bit daunting. But before I could object, my friend had cleared it. Never want to back out, I started slowly but carefully, like a cheetah preparing for its kill. Then moved swiftly, cleared the bar ever so smoothly, and landed with a loud thud. Much to my shock and pain, I heard a loud noise like that of a bamboo trunk being broken. It was my left wrist which had been fractured, and I was rushed to the nearest hospital thanks to my teachers and had it plastered. For the next 2 months, I had to be content with the usage of my right hand, which also helped me clear my 10th grade with high grades. But with this sweet news, I also had to digest the fact of us as a family having to move to a newly constructed home at Pundaprana to the south of Bangalore. I could not take this change personally and professionally well. With the hopes of getting into medicine, I joined the National College Jayanagar for my pre-university course, but could not perform well and had to be content with a computer science engineering seat at SJBIT. But here too found that computer science isn't exactly my cup of tea, and currently I am pursuing my PGDM, post-graduation in management at Maths Institute of Management and Entrepreneurship. My aim now is to work as a management professional and later become an entrepreneur in the field of education and training. My other hobbies include watching movies, reading books, and taking to outdoor activities like trekking, rappelling, and outdoor camping. My philosophy or belief is that everything happens for the right reasons, and if you are good, the world is good too. I do not idealize anyone in particular, but look to draw inspiration from everyone around me. I also believe that we all can learn something from one another. As I go around, I will be happy to share much more. Over to you, Toastmaster.